What's up, everybody? Welcome to Duet, Justus. My name's Michael.
I'm Jenny.
And today we're going to tell you guys the story of moving into the RV, and we're going to share with you the experience of our first full week of full-time RV living. It was eventful.
We were insanely excited to move into the RV and sleep in it for the very first time. We got rid of the mattress that originally came with the RV because we wanted to use our own comfy mattress. There was only one tiny little problem. The mattress that came with the RV was a full, and our mattress was a queen. Trying to get our mattress into the RV was quite an experience. We were bending around corners, trying to squeeze it through the tiny hallway. Eventually we got it in and just plopped it into place.
The first night we slept in the RV, we were right outside the house we were renting from. Almost all of our stuff was still inside, and it just so happened that the lease was up the next day. So when we woke up that morning, we had a ton of work to do. It was moving day.
Moving day! Woo! If you saw our downsizing video from last week, we managed to get rid of 75% of our things. 75!
75!
Everything you see in this room is what we decided to keep. Also, we didn't keep any of the furniture you see or the bed frame, so that will give you a good idea of just how little we actually took into the RV. So you might be wondering, how are the dogs dealing with all this? Yeah. So they were really enjoying the open space of the empty bedroom, but you could definitely tell they were a little freaked out and had this look in their eyes like, "Mom, Dad, where are you going? Am I coming with you?"
When it came to finally pulling out of the driveway of the house that we had lived at for so long, it was amazingly surreal. As you can tell by the smile on my face, I was having a good time.
Yeah, it was such a weird feeling, just knowing that there's not really any going back. This is your home now.
Thankfully, my parents allowed us to park in their driveway while we tied up some of the loose ends we needed to get done in the RV. That's when the real fun began. And by fun, we mean disasters. Sometimes when you're RVing and you're a newbie, you have to learn through mistakes. And that's exactly what happened to us as soon as we pulled into my parents' driveway. I went to hook up the city water hookups, and this thing right here got me into a lot of trouble. Actually, it didn't get me into trouble. I got myself into trouble for not knowing how to use it. What ended up happening was I attached the water regulator to the RV itself and not to the water source where it's supposed to be attached to. So basically I got it backwards. If I can give you guys any tip, make sure to look at the water regulator. It's going to have an arrow on it that's going to point the direction in which the water should flow. Make sure to follow that direction and you'll be good to go. Because I hooked this regulator up wrong, there was too much pressure in the water lines and it caused the shower faucet to burst. Now, to make matters worse, we couldn't actually fix the problem until we cut a hole in the wall behind the shower. For some odd reason, there's no access panel to where the spout actually comes out and where the faucet handles are down here. So we are actually going to cut through this panel board so we have an access point in behind there. This is day 2 of our RV life. After we gained access to the back of the shower, we were actually able to replace the faucet, and then we tested out all of the lines to make sure there were no other leaks in the system, and thank the Lord, there were none. One of the last things we had to do to the RV was get the propane system checked. We drove it over to a place to have them fill it up with propane, and lo and behold, there was another problem. It just kept leaking gas and it would not hold the pressure. It turns out that all the way through our renovations, the year and a half that we did that, we had never thought to put propane in the propane tank. And when you leave that tank dry for so long, the valves and the hoses just wear out super fast.
So we made an appointment the next day to have them work on it, and we were just super excited to get off on our own and start legitimately living in this thing. So we decided to go to a nearby Walmart and spend the night there. We were just getting settled, and within the first 5 minutes, this massive thunderstorm
hurricane of the Midwest.
Yeah, like massive rains just rolled through. The whole RV was shaking.
Yes.
It was pouring harder than I probably have ever seen it rain.
Yeah, this is so exciting. We had a great night's sleep in the RV. We woke up the next morning, and before we went to the propane appointment, we did a quick check through to make sure everything was good. And that's when we saw it. You're not gonna believe this. We can't write this. There was a flat tire in the RV. We aired up the tire, took it over to a tire place, and had them fix it real quick, and finally made it to our appointment.
It's on this side.
So they told us that the propane issue would be an easy fix. You can probably guess, it was not an easy fix. Epic fail. We are
Stranded at Camping World.
less than 24 hours after starting on our own.
The propane wasn't fixed because there was a leak in one other hose. And that's the last leak that there is, but they
fixed the leak, and there was another leak in another spot.
and they fixed that.
They fixed that.
And then there's another leak on another hose, which are really cheap parts. The only problem is the place that you get it is closed. So we tried to get it in and get it. Yeah, we tried to get it in and get it fixed fast, but now that they have a little bit of propane in the tank, there's a leak at the bottom. It has a potential to not be safe. The next day, they got the part and fixed it really quickly, and when we went there, we made sure to have them walk us through everything about how the propane system worked.
Yes. Hi, getting ready to take a shower. A hot shower. It's hot! Oh my god, it's actually really hot. So basically, we used the heck out of it. Best shower ever, best meal ever. It was awesome, and things were really starting to look up. First time ever using the stove, and it's working great.
Not to rein in on this positive parade, but the next morning when we tried to turn on the water heater, it did this. And you had the key. It turned out to be a high pressure relief valve, and luckily a local parts store had the same one we needed, so we went and picked it up, got it all fixed, and it wasn't too hard to do. Just so you know, in an older RV like this, we've had to replace almost every single valve in this thing. So be prepared for that if you buy something like this.
So that was our first week.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, definitely not the smoothest transition into RV living,
No, it wasn't.
but we made it through and we're still smiling. Exciting news! We got our first patron this week.
Yes!
Yeah, thank you, Gonzalo. We cannot tell you how much that made our day, our week,
Yes.
our month.
If you're interested in getting some behind the scenes footage, awesome Duet Justus gear like stickers and t-shirts, and even just more insight into our life on the road, make sure to click Jenny's face. I'm just kidding. You want to click up here in the upper right hand corner, that info button is going to show you everything you need to know. Also, we love interacting with you guys on social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Those links can be found on Jenny's face. I'm just kidding. They're in the video description below.
What is going on?
If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more just like it, make sure to hit that red subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you guys on the next video.
Bye.
Alright, come on, let's do this.
Okay. Isn't
No.
that scary?
Yeah, it is. Ready? 3, 2, 1.